Now, Hong Kong's leader has apologised again for the recent violent protests in the city against a controversial extradition bill that she had promoted.
This is Carrie Lam, who said she'd heard the people loud and clear, but that she would not be standing down.
She said that she plans to regain public trust by seeing out her term as chief executive.
During large-scale public processions over the past 2 Sundays, people have expressed in a peaceful and rational manner their concerns about the Fugitive Offenders Ordinance and their dissatisfaction and disappointment with the government, especially me. I have heard you loud and clear and have reflected deeply on all that has transpired. The concerns over the past few months have been caused by deficiencies in the work of the SAR government over the amendment exercise. I personally had to shoulder much of the responsibility. This has led to controversies, disputes, and anxieties in society. For this, I offer my most sincere apology to all people of Hong Kong.
Well, let's speak now to our Asia correspondent, Siobhan Robbins, who's in Hong Kong. What appears to be a heartfelt apology. Will her words be enough to quell the anger?
No, they're not enough at all. You can see behind me a huddle of press there. That's because one of the main protest groups is reacting, and essentially they've said they had a handful of demands: her to resign, withdraw the bill, stop calling protesters on Wednesday rioters, and don't continue with prosecutions. And she hasn't met any of those 4, so they're angry, and they've said those words themselves: we are angry, we do not accept her apology. Now, on the other hand, we saw from Carrie Lam today the first really conciliatory tone being taken by her on television. She had apologised on Sunday in a statement after we saw that mega rally with 2 million people, according to the protest organisers, coming onto these streets, paralysing the city for hours on end as they shouted their dissatisfaction that the bill hadn't been withdrawn and that she hadn't resigned. But although she's saying she's hearing the fear and she's hearing the dissatisfaction on the way she's handled it, she's not reacting in the way that people here are demanding. So she did again double down on this controversial extradition bill, saying, there was no timetable for pushing it in. They definitely wouldn't be trying to force it in anytime soon, that if people were still as concerned as they are now and this sort of fear, this fearful environment continued, they would be leaving it alone. And actually, she pointed out that if it's not put through by next July, then it would expire anyway. But she didn't withdraw it, and that's the big problem, because people feel that it's still hanging around, it's in the background, it could be brought back to life. And she didn't resign. And in reality, her resignation is probably a decision for Beijing, because of course she's Beijing appointed. But she didn't take that opportunity to get out. And I think what we're going to see now is a continuation of protests. Now, the organisers behind us have said they haven't got a proper timetable yet. They're going to meet tomorrow with opposition lawmakers to draw up the next plan. Some people here on social media are saying that if Carrie Lam doesn't meet their demands by Thursday, then they will be back on the streets by Friday. There is a call to escalate the action here. They're the words being used, if she doesn't meet their demands. And at the moment, there is no sign that that's going to happen.